And you guys are able to hear me, or you guys are having any disturbance? You're able to hear me, right?
Yes, you can hear you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So from the different apps, so it will be connected to different level of layers, and from the layers means the testing layers
Two
to
levels.
testing levels, and from the testing levels to testing,
Methodologies.
and then from the methodologies to the different type of testings. So this is what the connections which I wanted to explain you on that day, and we were talking about this. And as part of the layers, so what we have been discussed is, so now this would be a purely unit testing layer which will be carrying out with the developers, and the unit testing will be performed in unit level, and then this would be performed in methodology, white box methodology, and then this would be performed by developers. So this is the connection which we have been discussing.
Yes, sir.
Now, next we have been discussed about just the functional level. So in this particular functional level, so now we have been talked about, hey, not only the API, so this is when compared to the backend. So backend testing or UI testing with the web or mobile. So these are all functional testings, and even the database. So rather than the ETL, so you can write that this is the DB. So DB testing, UI testing, or test means this particular backend testings. So these all things are called as functional testing. Then we defined what is functional testing. So abruptly we didn't brought this functional testing. Once again, I'm saying it is really to understand and map bit. So we should understand what is a functional testing. So that's the reason we talked about the functional testing, and all these particular functional testing would be comes as part of this particular module level testing. Now, this particular module level testing would be done by whom? Black box testers. So now the black box testers is nothing but our QA, and then QC, or TE, or test engineers, or software test engineers. So this is
Excuse
how.
me, please. Are you sharing screen? We are not
Yes,
able to. Yeah, now we can able to see. Thank you.
others are able to see the screen.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we have been discussed about these layers, DB, UI, and then this one, which are part of functional testing. Functional testing. So now this is where we have been mapped about the different applications, means different type of apps which we have it. So that particular different type of apps which it will be falling into this particular, from this particular functional point of view. So it has been connected to the module level, and module level will be connected into the methodologies, and methodologies will be done who will be performing this one. This will give the by whom. So this is what the answer which givens, and then this is the testing methodologies, and this is the levels, and this is the layers, and then this is the app. So this is how we have been connected, and what are the different type of testings. This is what we have been kept it. But as part of functional testing, there are a lot of different categories of testing which we need to perform, but that is not the topic as of now. So that I part to talk about that one in the later part of our sessions. So that is the reason I just kept this one to the later. And then we have been already means also discussed about the next level. So now this is the functional testing which we have been talked about it. And next we have been talked about the non-functional testing. As part of this non-functional testing, so this includes the security testing, performance testing, and what else? What are the other categories of testings involved into the non-functional testing?
Compatible testing.
compatibility, look and feel,
Compatibility,
Look and
and
feel
all.
testing.
and then
Yes,
the look and
sir.
feel. So now these into the function non-functional testing. Now, where we are going to perform this particular security testing and performance testing or non-functional testing. So these all things would be integrated as part of this particular system level testing. So this is how the mapping I just wanted to show it to you. But we have been discussed about these all things means the unit level. So what is unit testing? So unit testing would be performed by the developers. But what is unit testing means? The smallest part of an application is called part of an application, then that is called as a unit testing. And this would be in the unit where it would be, in which level it would be tested. So this would be tested in unit level, and which methodology it belongs to, white box methodology, and it will be performed by the developers. This we discussed, and these all things would be part of the functional testing, and this is where it comes to the module level. So now we need to talk detail about what is module level, integration level, system level, UAT level, and security level will be not there, but it depends upon the organization that to have it at the highest top. But generally, as per the standards, so till here, this would be enough for us to understand for this particular session. Okay, so now, so these all things we have been discussed on that day. We have been discussed what is performance testing and the importance of the performance testing. And here we didn't talk about the different type of performance testings, because we didn't talk about what is load testing, stress testing, endurance, spike. Those all categories of testings we didn't discuss as part of this one. So, however, we will have a separate session for this one. So where we'll discuss in detail about that. Next one, even we talked about what is security testing, but we didn't talk about what are the different categories of testing, security testing, or different type of security testings which we perform. So that we didn't discuss about this one. We have been given a pause on this one. So just we wanted to introduce what are the layers. Means if you go for a company, first thing what you need to ask, you need to be talking about your applications, environments at the same point of time. So that why we require the environments to map the structure where the environments concepts will comes. So if I'm mapping this one, so now we have been able to map this particular different type of applications. Now will it becomes in the layers or in the levels, in the methodologies or the types of testing where this particular environments will comes into the picture. Can you guess?
Dev team will be testing it in a different environment, and testing will have a different environment.
Level. System level.
See, now we have, what are the different type of environments we have?
Development environment,
Dev
QA.
test
Both
and
types.
QA environment, QA
staging.
environment.
Development
Staging
environment and
environment.
QA
Okay,
environment,
okay,
staging
okay, got it.
environment, and production
Dev,
environment.
QA, staging, and the production. And this might be not a standardized one, so they might be having with a different names. So this is as a pre-prod, or they'll be calling this as a UAT. They'll be having a different names for this. Okay, always you remember what the will the development environment be part of any of these things?
No. No.
Absolutely no, right? So now will you do the testing in the, means now here we are doing the unit testing, or you're doing the functional testing or performance testing, security testing. Do you think that are you doing that one in the development environment?
No.
No way. So those particular environments are not into the picture now at all. Now it comes to the QA environment. Now, as part of the QA environment, what are the different categories of testing which will be performed, or different layers of testing will be performed?
Yes.
I'm asking you a question, not an answer. So I'm asking that what categories of testings will be performed as part of QA environment?
Module level,
Module
integration
level,
level,
Functional and
system level.
functional and non-functional testing.
Let me, I'll park this particular question and the answer. So let me explain about these particular 4 things, and then I'll see that how you'll be answering this question. Okay, at the end of the session. So please remind me. Okay, just give me 1 second. I think I'm getting continuous breaks, whether it is from me or from others. I don't understand. I'll join from the teams.
Let's keep on blinking.
So am I clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now let me take you through this particular conversations. So now we have been completed with these particular things. So let me once again mark that we're done with this particular different type of applications. We're done with the different layers, and then we're done with the different methodologies. Now we are here, and then we are going to here. So these are the 2 things which we are going to cover as part of our roadmap. Now, As part of this one, so we have been discussed about the unit level. Now we are coming back to the module level. What do you mean by module level? Module level testing. What do you mean by module level?
It's a group of
I think
units
I think you can
combined.
raise your hands, please, so that I can talk about. I can ask you about it. Okay, Swati, go ahead.
If we take any particular module, we will check the entire web elements, whether it's working or not, each and every web element.
Okay, so Geeta.
It is checking each and every module by testing, sir. Like in email, we have a different modules like a components, spam, like that.
Dipti.
Sir, actually, it is a type of testing group of units.
Okay, Ramarao.
Yes, sir. We need to check the each and every modules like login module, profile module, logout module.
Khalil.
Individual units are a component of a software.
Reiterate the definition. What you're saying.
Individual units are a component of the software tested as the module test.
Am I asking you the module or a component or a unit? What is the question?
Module test.
I asked you module. See now, you people need to understand one particular question very thoroughly. Did I ask you module testing or module level? What is my question?
Module level.
Module level.
Module level.
Module level.
So unit level and unit testing is both same.
No.
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 So this is type of testing, and this type of testing will perform in this particular level. Always you need to remember this. So this is a type of testing. This performs in this level. Now, module testing and module level will be same. It is different. See, you should, for doing this particular definitions, you don't need to be by hearting the definitions or nothing it is required. Just you think that what here you're trying to do it here, you'll be having different units. I told you what is unit. So that is the reason you need to understand the definition of unit. It is the smallest part of an application. You have different units. Now, combining these particular different units will form a module. Testing a particular module at this level is called module level. What is complexity in this understanding this? You tell me, is it not easy? See, if you understand the concept and think, see, we don't need to have, this is not a rocket science, and this is very simple, very easy, but you need to concentrate before you're learning it. Now, this smallest unit would be there. On this unit, I'm performing testing. What is that called as?
Unit test.
Unit testing. Now, I combined all these particular units and formed a module and performing a testing on this one, which is called module level testing or module testing, or this is called the functional testing, which I'm trying to perform on the modules. Now, what is functional testing? We have been already discussed on that. Example, what is means to give you the differentiation. So we are giving you this particular example. Okay. Now, I have, I'll take, okay, if I take login, always you people will get confused. Let me take compose mail. Okay. So now when I go for a compose mail, So now this is a composed mail. Right now, I'm just trying to compose a mail and then I need to send it. Now, this is one functionality, right? Now, one unit, what it is this is one unit. Hey, whether I need to send now or I need to schedule this. And this is another unit. So this gives me whether the priority of this particular mail or you want me to delete this particular mail. So now these are the smallest units, right? You know, this is one small functionality which I wanted to go into test this. Now, what is this compose mail functionality? In the compose mail functionality, I have sending options and I have the priority of this mail options, deleting the mail options, maximizing this mail options, BCC. So which for mail IDs which I'm sending it, I wanted to hide that particular mail IDs or to whom I wanted to send. So now as soon as click this one, so whoever in the organization, I should be able to see that one. CC. So for whom this particular CC, I need to send this particular mail. And for the subject, which I need to write the subject of this particular mail, what is the body of this particular mail? So these all things I'll be writing it and then sending these particular things. Now you see it, right? These are the small units, right? So now developer written a code to 2 and then he will check this one. Hey, whether I click the 2, whether it is working or not, whether I click CC working or not. And if I send a mail, whether for the CC recipients, they're getting this mail or not, and 2 recipients receiving the mail or not, whether the BCC recipients getting the mail or not, and whether I can schedule this particular mail or not, or I can send now right away or not, or whether I can delete this particular mail or not. Without subject, I can send this one or not. If I make a draft, whether it is saving that particular time or not, whether if I given a body, whether it's reaching that particular things or not. So these are the unit level they are doing it. But as of now, what I'm trying to do it, so I'm just quickly doing this particular thing. So writing to and CC and this one sending it, click this particular thing. So now this is called the compose module, compose mail module. Now you understood, right? What is the difference between a unit? Okay. What is the difference between a unit and a module? A group of units will make a module, right? So this is what I have been given the example over here right now in this one. So now these are the group of units. These all things are group of units, which made it to a simple module called compose mail. So now for that particular compose mail, I wanted to do the complete functional testing. Now you've seen it, right? From the UI point of view, what are the validations I'll be trying to do it? Now you tell me. See, don't give me the group answers. Okay, raise your hands. Now, for this particular simple module, okay, this is a quicker assessment for you, whether you understand these topics or not. I can easily understand this. Now, what are the UI testings I'll be performing it? What are the, backend testing I can perform on this one? And UI testing I'll be performing on it. DB testing I'll be performing on this one. Okay, let me come one by one. So what are the UI testings I'm performing on this particular compose mail? Raise your hands. Why we have only 10 people in the session, so remaining 23 people or 22 people are not hearing to the this particular sessions. Why are all others are not raising their hands? Avni, go ahead. What are the UI validations which I'm trying to do it over here on this particular module?
Yeah, Chris, actually, whatever we see comes to the user interface, like all the CC2, I mean, how it looks and all the buttons, radio buttons, that is all comes for UI testing, Chris.
Okay. Virish, what are the UI testings which I'll be performing here?
Sir, can I again, sir? I'm not audible. Hello.
I didn't understand. You want me to repeat the question?
Yeah, sir. I repeat the question.
So without understanding the question, you raised your hand.
No, sir. No, sir. Something issue in network issue.
Shri M. What is the question? Shri M.
Yes, sir.
What is the question?
When we do user interface testing, sir, what kind of? User user interface.
You know, I was
User,
worried that
Yeah,
user interface testing, we whatever we are seeing with the naked eyes. So mm, for that we will
UI
do
testing, it means like
the testing, like objects, elements.
Naveen, what is my question?
Like the question is, what are all the user interface testings that are being covered in this particular compose mail that can be covered?
yeah,
See, what is my question I asked is, I given you a scenario, which is a composed mail scenario. On this particular composed mail scenario, what are the different type of UI testings we can perform on this? This is what the question. Now, who wanted to drop the hands, drop it. Or who wanted to answer the question, they can raise it.
sir. Can I,
Go ahead.
sir? This is a performance in composite like it like unit testing, and each and every module will test the according to the who has it read the code to test the each and every module, and all the modules like send is in one feature, and CC is in one feature, and who has to send to the email, this is called one feature. It's all modules and integrated each other, not integrated or not communicating each other, not how works the data flow or not. It's like integration testing, and it's also are like a functional testing also. This is like a so many testing and functional testing, and according to the requirement working or not in, this is like functional testing, validating and verifying. And
Okay. Thanks, Suresh. Funny.
Yeah, Pina. As per this
This is Chris.
testing, hello,
This is Chris.
is it
Not
audible? Yeah,
yes.
sorry, Krish. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we can able to check if the compose button is available and clickable, and we need to ensure that users can create and send in new emails successfully. I mean, in that verify that users can create. I mean, clicking on the compose or new email button, and we need to test with the validated emails into the two fields, and test that the validated email addresses can be added to the CC and BCC. Like this, will all the fields we can able to test in the UI page, I mean user interface, according to the compose mail.
Okay. So, Lakshmi,
Yes, sir.
how are you, Lakshmi? All good?
Yeah. All good, sir. I'm fine.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Mainly if we focus on unit testing, sorry, UI testing, we will see whether the CC is working or not, or send button is working or not, or we are able to write the subject or not. In the UI testing, we mainly concentrate on that one.
Okay.
Chris, it can be put this way, I think. I mean, whatever comes in contact with the user, like whoever uses the site or the compose mail, whatever he uses while composing a mail, checking for all the things to be worked, if they are working or not, makes a user interface testing.
I think you defined it in the previous answer in a different way, right?
Yeah, maybe yes. I wanted to cover that whatever the user comes in contact. So.
Okay. Dheeraj, Sai Dheeraj.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Mhm.
Sir, in UI testing based on compose mail, we check the buttons, sir, whether all the buttons are working. like compose mail is working, and we check the lookalike feature, whether there is a suitable environment to type the mail and send the mail, whether the sent mail is available in the sent box, and whether the mail is saved into the draft, and if we delete the mail, whether that mail is available in the trash box.
Monambika?
Yeah, good morning, sir. I think this radio buttons and size and color of the
I
drop
was
downs
surprised. Where is
position.
that radio buttons here?
Generally, the UI, what we have to do is
Okay.
radio
Okay, but
buttons is not there, but checklist we can see here. So,
okay. So it's confined to the compose mail, Mohanamika. Okay, so you can take this example because now when we're talking, so we shouldn't be generalized. So we need to talk to the point. So you take the example of this one and then you can talk about it.
okay, the size of the buttons and any particular color the client they want to colors, look and feel we can choose. UI part of this, I think it's this only, sir.
Satya?
Sir, can I speak Tamil? Sir?
Go ahead.
சரி இப்போ வந்து யூஏ அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து இப்போ ஒரு மெயில்ல அனுப்புறோம் அப்படின்னா யாருக்கு அனுப்புறோம், என்ன மெசேஜ் பண்றோம், அப்புறம் வந்து இது யாருக்கெல்லாம் போய் இந்த நியூஸ் வந்து சேரணும் அப்படிங்கிறத வந்து நம்ம இன்டிமேட் பண்றது தான் யூஏ.
So now,
Chris, regression testing and functional testing comes under UI. It seems. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
No. See, one thing for sure here for all. Here, I'm not judging you people. So whether you're giving the right answers or wrong answers, but here I'm trying to judge what is your understanding on this. That is what my intention of doing this. See, it is very simple for me to, hey, module level is nothing but combining all modules. You can test this, and integrating of all these modules is called integration level. So now testing this one into a different level of systems, this is called system level, and doing this by the client is called UAT level. I can complete the same session within 2 minutes and then I can go for a new topic. But here, you people need to understand what is reality. When you're learning something, how you practically implement in the real time, that is most important for us. Many of our education system were failed in this system. When we're learning something, why we need to learn this? What is the importance of this? And how we need to practically implement in our real time? If you don't know about that one, what is the point of learning all those things? Now you tell me we completed this complete entire layers and everything and going for the next levels. Now we don't understand what we do exactly in the UI testing or DB testing or ETL. Then what is the point of learning this? My intention to give you the real-time experience. See, all you people, if you see it here, someone understand, if you see.
Chris, your screen is stuck.
Really? I'm showing this one. Is it? Now I'm going to the whiteboard. Are you able to see the whiteboard, Pravanya?
Yes,
No,
yes.
sir.
Now
Yes,
we
sir.
are able to see.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, one thing if you understand, different people has been given the different answers. But you know what is the answer for this? First understand question once again. Okay. Always before you answer, understand the problem. Understand the question and answer. Once again, I'm asking that. I given you a compose mail. Okay. What are the UI level validations or UI level testings which we can perform? Is this a question which I have been asked, right?
Yes.
Everyone clear with this? Now, yes. The answers which we have been get it. So we have the different answers. So certain people has been talked from the point of look and feel, right? Hey, I need to do the color. I need to check whether these particular buttons are there, right? So the colors, the send color button it is there, and the size, shape, color, and the spellings, alignment. These all things will be part of the look and feel. So this is what the look and feel we have been talked about it, right? And certain people given the answer that a functionality of this one. Now, what is the functionality? Hey, see, if I send this particular mail to address, CC address, and then that should reach to the respective people. And some people given it, hey, if I deleted this mail, this need to be deleted, this need to be drafted, or these functionalities we have been explained. Means as part of the functionality testing, so we have been taken care on this particular functionality. Now, if you see here, you stayed here itself. You tell me, will it not the same functionality? This is my Firefox because Firefox is my pet. I use Firefox. I need to test this one in the different browsers, right? And different operating systems, right? Will I not test this one in the different operating system? See, what is my question? Did I restricted this? You need to think from the point of, see, what are the different types of UI level testings we can perform on the compose mail? Will the compatibility testing will not play the role?
Yes.
Yes, no.
Yes.
Now, this would be testing in the different browsers, different operating systems, different browser versions, different operating system versions. Everywhere it need to be tested, right? Now tell me, if I have given a heavy load on this particular compose mail, means sending 10,000 mails at one shot, whether the mails are reaching to the corresponding people without having a crash, that particular performance would be not part of this one for the UI level performance, because I'm sending from the UI level only, right? I'm not going to the backend, but I'm giving this particular thing. So as soon as I'm sending it, UI performance, will it be not validated? Continuously, I'm sending 10,000 mails. And will it not be included with the security system? If someone has been hacked my mail and add one more link into this mail and then send it to others. When I'm sending to my official people, so what I'll try to do, I'll just add one more link. Hey, please find the attachment. If someone downloaded that attachment, I can have the virus in that one so that I can hack everyone's machine. Security will be not involved into it. Even though we are doing it from the UI layer, so will it not be part of this all? So when it comes to the UI part of it, here will we have functional and non-functional? Would we not part of this?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
the answer for this one is combination of all these things we need to perform on the compose mail. You tell me, the look and feel of the UI objects, these things need to be included. The functionality of that particular application need to be included. Compatibility of checking that one in the different browsers and everything I need to be included. And performance of that particular application, from the front-end UI point of view, I need to take it. And security of that one from the front-end UI point of view, I need to take care of this one. You tell me, is all these things will combine to form the UI level testing? Will it not be?
Yes, sir.
So see, think the 360 degrees of it. See, that is the reason always you need to think about this when you're trying to do a module level testing also. See, probably in this particular module level testing, what we can do is we will be exempting the security testing, we exempt the performance testing, we exempt the compatibility testing, we exempt the look and feel, but these all things would be done it in the system level. But here my question is, I didn't ask you what type of module level testing will be doing it. If my question is the module level, then the answer would be what? Hey, I do only the functional level testing here, right? See, and that's the reason I'm asking you understand the question thoroughly. Actually, here we went to this question. If I'm doing the module level testing or module level, what categories of testings will perform? Then the answer is in this particular module level, I already pointed you to give you that particular only the module level. If I'm saying that, hey, non-functional testing and these things have been performed, then I'll be doing it in the system level, which includes compatibility and look and feel. Did you got it? So based on the question, so based upon your answer, we can understand that what is your understanding on the levels and the layers of testing, and whether you're thinking the 360 degrees of this one or not. That is what we need to understand, right? I'll give you a small example. I know I'll be going to waste you another 2 minutes of time, but this is my lifetime experience. I went for an Amazon interview in Chennai. When I went there, so at that time I was having around 15 years of experience, or 13 years of experience. I don't remember exactly. I went for a position, the managerial head position. I went and applied for the job. When I went there, the first round of interview, they asked me to write the test cases. And they wanted to see that how I'll think from the 360 degrees of angle. They will not give me these answers, right? So just they given me a scenario. For this scenario, how you will do the testing, or what are the different considerations you'll be taking on this. Actually, there are 9 rounds which I have been attended for it. This is my first round of interview. In the first round, they asked me, hey, can you explain the different type of scenarios which we can write for this? I felt that, hey, for 15 years, why these guys are asking this, writing the test cases and all this stuff? You know what? After the round, the HR came for every round. You know, that is where it is different from the other companies. They given the feedback, how I started to think about it and what they evaluated from this process. So, you know, when they given me scenario, by default, by nature, what I have did is I have been consider all these layers and all these particular levels. And then based upon these particular levels, I have been written the test cases. And they said that, hey, this is what we are looking from the point of view. If everyone given a particular scenario, if it is a UI, either they will think functionality or either they will think look and feel, but they will not think the complete 360 degrees of this. So this is the where you have been written this and you have been selected and qualified for the next round. They given me the answer why they have been taken me and then pushed me for the next round. And you know what? At the same round, there are more than 70 to 80 persons for the same. And out of this one, only 20 people has been filtered in the first round. Reaching to the last round, so we have been only 2 people we have reached. 9th round. See, I just explained you for the first round. So now you can think about the next 8 rounds, how it would be. Ultimately, I didn't selected for the job. Or whatever the reason it might be, but it is a good experience in my lifetime. And see, I'm not rejected, but I'm not selected. I'm not boasting, but that's a fact. So why I'm saying you this one is, any companies, they wanted, see now interviews means randomly asking certain questions and then hiring the people. That is not really the things. They should know the assigns why we are recruiting a particular person, on what grounds, the clarity of this, it is much more important. So you should see now, you also need to understand why these guys, okay, you need to understand that this is second session, right? Or third session, because first session was taken by Saujanya and Aarti, and then second I have been started, and third session is this. Even in third session, we are still talking about the same thing, and still we are in this one. Why we need to understand? This is the strong foundation. When you wanted to think, estimate, do any particular implementations, you need to think from this layer. And here you can see multiple people who have experienced. They learned this, but they might be forgot when they were in the real-time implementations. That's where every time if you remember this one, making the estimations or preparing the plan, implementation, you will never forget these things. Learning, implementing, and improving. So this definitely you should have it. You should learn it, you should implement it, and then you should improve it. And maintain that particular consistency. So always you need to remember this particular principle. If you forgot, then absolutely there is no point. And always learn something which is in the reality. Convert that particular learnings into the reality. So that, oh, this is why I'm learning these things. Now, the same question which I wanted to ask you, if I wanted to do it from the backend layer, okay, now instead of this particular UI layer, I'm just removing this one, and I wanted to keep it this one the backend level testing or backend layer. What are the things which I need to do it? What's the different type of testings I need to consider?
Except look and feel remain all tested.
The
Any other
backend
answers?
API testing it done by backend layers.
You can check
Once
security.
again, you people are missing it. See, backend testing, API testing, message broker testing. So these are the different architectures. Okay. So you forgot about the architectures, because if I talk about that one, you'll be getting confused. So now either API or the backend. Okay. What are the different type of categories of testings I need to perform? See, this is what the question. So now you see it for compose mail, for the backend level testing. What are the things I need to perform? Simple question. Backend maybe APIs, maybe event driven or monoliths, whatever the architecture might be. What are the things you're going to test it?
We'll test the database and also the performance security. Rest
Once
all
again, you're
works.
missing it. We
We
have
should cover same way we should cover
separate.
our.
We have a different DB layer, right?
Yeah.
What else we are going to cover?
Backend layer, you can perform
Business
security.
logic. Business logic.
I think except look and feel, all other what we discussed earlier we can do here. I think.
So we should cover everything as said, like in UI we have covered everything. Even in backend also we should cover everything. Like let us take example, like if user is able to give input comes under UI, but it also deals with backend. That's the reason we should cover everything.
Naveen.
Yes.
Everything means what? So don't be generic in answers. So we have to be specified. Specify
Like,
what exactly we need to perform.
Like look and feel, functionality, compatibility, performance, every security, like even everything should be covered here as well.
Okay. Tell me how you test the look and feel of an backend.
Like let us, yes sir, like let us say if in backend we need to test the business logic. If user is not able to give the input from
Brother,
the
Naveen, you need to
yes.
understand pointer what I asked. Look and feel, you explain me that one, Naveen.
Okay.
You know, how I do the look and feel. So now for an example, this is UI, right?
Yes,
In the UI,
yes.
I'll be testing that one. I have the look and feel. But for the backend way, you have the look and feel for this.
If the send button, I'm not sure if it is correct or wrong, but I'm trying myself. If send button is very small, it won't, user may not see the send button. So it
That is UI or now is this a UI or backend?
It's a UA.
Then
Krish, actually, while testing on that send button, we need to test like in the backend also it will send the mails according to the validated emails and all. It comes under as.
What is that? Will it come under the look and feel or functionality?
Chris,
It's
the
a functionality.
tabular format, how the data is stored in the database, like the tables, columns and rows, how it is storing the data comes for look and feel, it seems.
That will, anyways, it will go part of the DB, right?
Yeah, I mean, we are talking about the backend, so
Sir, if I'll give one example, sir. We will go make my trip. Then we will ask to go to Hyderabad. So we will type that one. If it is there available, that information, it will fetch the availability. So give the answer. Those process, it is in backend. If it is come valid way,
Yeah, how fast it is getting the data comes under performance, and
Yes.
if the database is not sharing data
that
to someone else, security.
Performance, yes.
those
Your,
that process
performance, it is yes. Security, it is yes. Functionality, it is yes.
yes.
Now,
That process we will call, I think, backend. It is happen how it is happened.
see, you're trying to see. Well, first thing you need to understand, you don't need to be fear. Okay, relax and talk. Nothing, no one will come and hit you. Okay, even if you're given the wrong answer, also no one will think about anything because everyone here are in the learning stage. Okay, so relax first and then talk. Okay, now the point here, you need to understand the question. I didn't ask you what is an API. You're defining me the definition of API. But what I'm asking here is, what are the different type of testings we can perform from the backend? Now, see, now from the UI, you're able to perform these all categories of testing. Now we do the look and feel, we do the compatibility, functionality, performance, and security. Now at the same point of time, when it comes to the backend, we do the most important thing, which is a functionality testing. Whether these particular functionalities are working thoroughly or not. See, now that is the reason, first we do it here. If this will fail here, will it pass here?
No, no.
See, now here itself it is failing. Do you think that will it pass here? See, for an example, now I'm trying to fetch the flights for the Hyderabad. Now this particular backend, it is not itself, it is not working fine. Now that can work in from the front end if I hit the same thing from the UI layer. Obviously it will fail, boss. So that is the reason first functionality we will be testing it. Anyways, that is where the hierarchy it is defined in this pattern. Now think that it is failed in the unit. Will it pass it in the this particular level?
No.
No.
So if something fails here,
No, sir.
there is no point of testing here because obviously it will fail. And if you come to here in this level, it will pass. Obviously it will fail here. Now this fails here. Then if it comes to the DB or then it comes to the performance, then it comes to the security. Is the point valid to test in all these layers?
Yeah.
Is it point to test in all the layers?
No.
No.
So if something is failing in this layer, is it really required to test in other layers? This is the question. See, I'm
No, sir.
testing the things because you need to understand that if something failed here, boss, you stop testing here. No need to go for the next levels because if you test in the next levels also, it will fail. There is no point of testing this. If functionality of the application fails, okay, can I perform the non-functional testing?
No.
No.
That is stupidity. So if functionality of these things are getting failed, then why you are testing the non-functionality? This is a thumb rule. So this also gives us the hierarchy of execution. And when it comes to question back, what are the different categories of testings which we perform as? We don't have the look and feel for the backend. We'll not test the look and feel. Functionality, definitely we will do because the functionality either in the monolith or in the APIs or in the event-driven architecture. So we will be testing that one with this particular functionality. And we will be testing with the performance. We'll be testing with the security because that backend security is there or not. Performance security is there. The performance is there or not. The backend. Because the front end, whichever the things which you see it with our naked eye, so that is developed. Always we remember that we know, right? Front end developers, backend developers. So they develop this one. This code is different. This code is different. If they develop both, then they'll call as a full stack engineer. Means they do the development of front end and the back end also. And we will be having DB engineers. This wing is different. So front end developers, back end developers, DB engineers. And we'll have also database means DevOps engineers. moving these complete codes and everything, maintenance of this infrastructure, moving from one environment to another environment, moving to the production monitoring, incident management, everything will be taken care by the DevOps. These are the different factors we have it. Now we are testing it from the UI layer. We are testing with this particular backend layer. Now we need to also test it in the integration layer, which is what the integration layer will do.
Chris, a small doubt, sorry.
Hmm.
The compatibility, can't it come in backend? Because if user enters something and if it is not in the right format and not able to store in the database behind, that is not compatible, right?
What is compatibility testing?
I mean, we test that in different browsers and all. We test the application in different browsers.
See, there might be a chance. There might be a chance that certain backend APIs will support only. See, I may bring not APIs. I'll say that backend. So the complete backend may support for all means for the Chrome, Firefox, but it not support for Edge. There is a possibility, and it is not 100% also. So rather than compatibility, what we call them as different environments in terms of the backend. Hey, why we need to name the change this one? So now these all things would be part of your system level testing. So because system level, it is nothing but in a testing that one in a different environments, and we'll be testing it. It is not specific to the browser, but it is specific to the different environments, how your backend code is working there. So this may or may not be part of the backend testing, but this will be covered as part of your environmental testing. But majority what it means whenever I do the performance, see now if I see by this itself, you need to understand that performance testing can be done in what layers? Performance testing can be done in what
testing.
layers?
System level testing. System level.
Security testing would be done in what layers?
System level testing. System level.
What is my question?
Backend layer it would be.
I'm asking you, did I ask you the question that in which level the security testing will be performed, or performance testing, which level the performance testing would be done? Is it the question? Or what are the layers would be part of security testing?
Non-functional.
Huh?
Back
Non-functional.
I'm not asking you the question that whether the performance security testing belongs to which category of function, which category of testing. See, these are the things you are getting confused. So now you need to get the clarity on this. Performance and security testing, these are called as non-functional testing. So this is category. Now I'm asking that performance and security testing can be performed in which layers? Which is the layers of testing for us?
Business logic layer and
Business
database layer.
These are the layers of our testing. So you guys, why are you getting confused? This is levels, right? Now, what are the layers security testing can be performed?
Performance layer, presentation layer, business logic.
Verification.
Business logic layer and database layer.
We already discussed, right? Why you people are getting confused? So just think that security testing can be done not in the UI layer.
Not in DB.
Hey, I'm saying this is question not in whether are we not doing in the UI layer? Yes, we are doing the security testing, right? For the UI layer. Are we not doing in the backend layer? Are we not doing in the DB layer? Or are we not doing in the unit layer? You tell me.
In every layer.
Always you
All
need to
layers.
remember
Every layer
that
we are performing.
that is the reason this is on the top. This need to be done in all the layers. Okay. Now performance testing will be done in what layers?
All
In
layers.
UI layer.
UI layer. UI.
In every layer.
DB layer and
DB performance. When I have executed a query, then that need to be give me that particular output in the respective time. Backend, when I have been requested something, it need to come and then serve as quickly as possible. Front end UI layer, the loading of that particular page, it need to be loaded from the front end. So performance testing can be done in UI layer, backend layer, and DB layer, and even in the unit level, right? So now when you wanted to make some change, see now you wanted there is a fruit which it is ripen or ripen, so which we need to remove it. So now even if you're removing that fruit, always you're getting the ripen fruits or rotten fruits. Now what you do, you need to fix that particular thing from the root level. So units are your root level. You need to fix anything. If you're fixing the things at this level, always the issues are here and here. Always you need to fix your issues from here, this layer. So now this is what you need to understand. So security testing will be done in all these layers. Performance testing will be done in all these particular layers. And these are non-functional testings. Understand, these are the layers. Now, if I'm asking you a question that, hey, where we do the security testing and performance testing, in which level we do it?
On the
Huh?
System level.
I clearly pointed this one, right? This arrow
System
mark.
level.
We only perform in the system level. Non-functional testings can be performed in only the system level.
Yes, sir.
See, you see now, try to understand and map these things. See now, if I wanted to do, means for example, if I'm asking what are the different categories, means what it will do in this one. So these all things are functional test cases or functional level cases, and these are non-functional. And non-functional will perform only in the system level. Functional levels are done in this module level and integration level. And what are the different categories of testing we perform to the UI, and different categories will do it for the backend. So these are the things which you need to understand it thoroughly. And see now, probably you might be getting confused. I think this is a recorded session, right? Go back and then hear it out once again back. Try to understand it again. This is really very important because learning
Krish,
layers of, yep.
sorry to disturb you. Can we get that documented like this to go through on
No,
those things?
you will not get this documentation. No, you go for anything, you'll not get the documentation. Excuse me, I think I need to take this call. Indigo, we have a call. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just joining there. I'm sorry. Bye. I'm sorry. I need to drop for an urgent call. So I'll see you later. I'll answer your questions tomorrow.